Let's say you're feeling sad, weird upset, maybe even crying a little bit. Well, guess what? Maybe you even think that life is stupid. That life is the equivalent of eating lettuce from the cat. When you look in the mirror, you want to punch it. You may think of yourself as fat, lazy, piece of shit, annoying, fucking pig. You're stupid, no one will ever love you, and you don't deserve your dick stopped working. I know the terrible things you've done. In life, you have two ways to go. You can take the sad egg. You leave here the same way things are going. You don't improve yourself. You stay in a lifestyle that's bringing you misery. Or the happy egg. You learn a bit and you improve yourself over time. What's your ultimatum there, buddy? It's only temporary. Like, it's only temporary. I know, it fucking sucks. You're gonna be sitting there for days just waiting for, like, okay, when am I gonna feel better? When am I gonna feel pleasure again? But sometimes it takes a while. When you're in a state of mind like this, think of it kind of like a sickness, like an illness. Just like when you're sick, you stay in bed. You kind of do fuck all. You know, doing things is a struggle. Going to work is a struggle, you know? Which is, like, very similar to a lot of, like, depressions. And the only time like a cold or a flu will last forever is when they die from it. And in this mindset, think of it kind of like a sickness. Think about, like, okay, I'm ill right now. You're not going to be able to do a lot more things on it. So don't be hard on yourself when you know you can't, like, do normal things. In the meantime, hang on there, kitty. The only time a depression lasts forever is when you yourself. How people view you. I bet you think about that a lot, right? Like, you know exactly what they're thinking. They know exactly how they think of you, and you know, it's like you're a mind reader, right? You're like a telepath. You can see into their heads, bro. It's got some crazy superpowers. Pretty fucking talented, dude. You can read everybody's mind. How people view you. In reality, you don't know how people view you. Think of it kind of like a story, right? Where, like, a third person and a first person. A first person story will have a lot more introspective stuff about the character, right? They'll know a lot more about their thoughts or their ideas. But a third person novel will have a lot more about their actions and what they're doing in that aspect. So you will never have if you're a first person, first person fucking mode, well, then you're only going to understand your own thoughts and beliefs. You're not actually going to understand your actions nearly to the same degree that other people's will do. And a lot of times when we think about ourselves, we believe that other people that's what they're thinking of us. So let's say you think of yourself as annoying, and then you put that on yourself, you're going to automatically think that other people are going to think that you're annoying too. Just because that's how you know yourself, not how other people view you. And yeah, you have your flaws and other people know their flaws, right? Let me ask you this one question, right? Think about the person you care most and they're closest to your heart in your life, right? Think of every flaw that they have. You could probably list a fuck ton. Not that we don't love these people, it's because, well, we respect for who they are. In reality, people don't hate you. They don't. They really don't. What happens is you hate yourself, and that's why you think that other people hate you. Take someone that's really carefree, super chill, laid back, to have, like, no worry in the world. They're probably going to be late all the time. With every positive trait comes to a negative one, like a math equation. What you do to one side, you have to do to the other. Someone who is a risk taker is impulsive. Someone who's annoying is energetic. Someone who's productive and organized might be uptight about it. In reality, the things that I make about you that are the best parts about you are also what draws you back. That's inevitable. It's going to happen. Is right now, go to someone, text them, call them, whatever, and just ask them, hey, how do you view me? You know, it's good to get that information. I know it's gonna be like, oh, I can't do that because they're gonna think I'm weird and all that. It's like, no, they fucking won't. In reality, you don't know what they're thinking, so just thinking that is just counterproductive. Really know what they want to, if you really want to know what they're thinking about you, then ask. Said, in reality, people actually do like you. You just fucking hate yourself, man. I'm sorry to say that. That's a different issue you gotta deal with, but at least you know that other people don't dislike you. You're thinking in the past. The past isn't real. Your memory's distorted with time. You look in the past to complete regret, but you also think things were better back then. I know, you've made many mistakes and hurt many people. I know pushing Sally down the slide in grade 4 has caused you much more pain. You're a fucking monster. That one time when you farted in class, everyone still remembers it. Fucking piece of shit. The past. When you're depressed, you think about the past a lot, and it's kind of where your mind gravitates towards. Fucking slideshow of regrets and embarrassing moments. At the same time, you're gonna look back on the past and it's like, oh, I was so much happier back then. Everything was fucking perfect. Peaches and cream. You were just ignorant. As you get older, you start to learn from your own mistakes. You look in the past, it's like, hey, I shouldn't have done those things before. Okay, so when you pushed Sally down the slide when you're in grade 4, you thought it was a complete joke, it was awesome, it was hilarious. You got the other kids giggling. But when you got older, you're like, wow, I was kind of a dick. Things you've done in the past doesn't make you a bad person. In fact, it makes you a good person that you're looking back on those things and realizing that you can grow from that. A bad person would just keep on doing these things without any regret whatsoever. So why do we live in the past? We got good memories, bad memories, embarrassing moments, regretful moments, everything in between. We look on our past selves as our current versions of ourselves, completely disregarding the fact that people grow as humans. Who we are is who we are right now. Not the past self, not who you're gonna be in the future. Right now, as we stand, this is who you are. You can't go in the past and change things. For a lot of people, they want to regain that past happiness they had before maybe everything kind of went to shit. A time where they were happy. A time where you could do whatever you wanted and with all that freedom in the universe. And people will try so hard to try to find that old self again, someone that has completely faded away. The only thing you can do today is create your own actions to make yourself happier in the future. You can't go back and create a version of yourself that you used to find really happy, where you used to be joyful and where everything was pretty. Instead, you have to create a new persona of yourself, turn into something bigger, and then have those same experiences in other ways. If you try to live in the past, you're gonna be left behind, and that's gonna make things way worse. Don't miss the past, we miss our ignorance.
I don't need no pills. I'm a strong, independent person. If I keep having these thoughts and keep thinking about them, I will become better with time. One day, out of nowhere, I'm gonna wake up with a nice smile on my face. I will walk to my living room window, naked, with my wiener out, to show the world I'm not ashamed, and just like that, I will never be sad again.
People sometimes think that taking medications are gonna make you weak, gonna hurt you in some way, or, big pharma. Just waiting to get woken up, just ready to start feeling happy again, and just waiting for that time to. A lot of people don't understand that mental health is physical health, and physical health is also mental health. These things are both in our body. Surprise, surprise, I found out today that the brain is actually in the body. Fucking crazy, I know. The same people are gonna be thinking like, I'm not gonna take medications, but myself is a much better option. Where's your goal there, bud? Riddle me this, Batman. Per se, I go to someone with epilepsy, right? They're taking medication, and suddenly that guy starts having seizures again. It's a brain disease. I'm gonna go to your grandma, take away her blood pressure medication. I can't see her blood pressure. It doesn't matter. 2-3 days later, she gets a brain aneurysm. That's okay, at least she wasn't taking medications. They could just work out, eat healthier. Those are great things to help with it. It's great that they're doing those things on the side, and that's perfect for health. And just like with mental health, those things are amazing, but it comes down to sometimes you need that on top of it too, to really get somewhere. You can actually see the changes in the brain with brain scans with someone who's depressed and who's not. And if you're already on medications and they're not working for you, talk to your doctor. There's so many fucking medications out there. Antidepressants for anxiety and depression. There's benzodiazepines for anxiety. There's antipsychotics for psychosis, and also depression, funny enough. Stimulants if ADHD is kind of a problem and it's contributing to it. There are so many different options to take when it comes to medications that the one is bound to be right for you. And with different types of depressions are different types of things, right? Some people's depressions are completely situational. Their events in their life is what makes them. But you also have people that are completely genetic, and you don't know that. And that's why you need to try one out, see how you feel about it. What's the worst that's going to happen? It's not going to work and you go off it. If you've been in this state for a long time and you still can't get out despite with diet or exercise, then that's a good sign that you may have to take some meds. I'm sorry, it's kind of...
No matter what, you're gonna suffer.
In life, there's one guarantee. You're always going to suffer, and it fucking sucks. Choose your suffering. The better of two evils. If you want to escape and use alcohol and weed, or any drug in that matter, as an escape, well then you're going to struggle with addiction. If you're like, yeah, but weed and alcohol like really help me with my mental health and they make me feel a lot better, then why the fuck are you watching this video, man? Would you exchange resilience or escape? If you're not socializing, you're lonely. Will talking at your school make you more happier? Or would you exchange social anxiety for loneliness? If you're not eating right, you lack energy. And if you're not exercising, you lack confidence and self-esteem. Would you exchange physical effort for self-confidence? I'm gonna say this right now, like exercise, it's just as effective as an antidepressant. Like there's studies to show this. At the end of the day, when you're depressed, everything's gonna suck, no matter what you do and how you look for it. But what you can do is choose how you do it. If you want more energy, eat better. If you want to have more self-confidence, exercise. It's fucking hard and you're gonna suffer by doing it, but you gotta look at the upsides. Will it all be worth it for you? I don't make the call here, buddy. You do. You might think, hey, I'm way too depressed for this now. I can't move out of bed, let alone think. Let me tell you something, right? The second you get out, right? The second you get out of your depression, start working on these things. Because the next time comes around, it will be much easier, much better. If you work on yourself when you're all right, you're gonna be saving that for a rainy day. Let me tell you, buddy, the next time this shit happens again, you're gonna be way fucking better.